Hello ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome to Rise of Nations Extended Edition. This sucker just came out on Steam. I'm a huge fan of the original game, and this is the original game. It is. It's the sort of HD remake. What they did is they've gone in and made it work on modern computers in 1920 by 1080 resolution. They've upgraded some of the texture quality. The game looks just like it did back in the day, though. It looks great. I loved the art style back in the day, and this one, yeah, this is a great RTS. I'm so happy it came out on Steam. So I'm gonna take you guys through. We're gonna do a little let's play of a me versus an easy computer. Don't get me wrong, easy computer can still be a little difficult, not crazy, but there's so much to this that, yeah, it's gonna take me a little practice to get back into the swing of things. So if you don't know what Rise of Nations is, it's kind of like Civilizations, except for real time. And oh, that's a big deal. It's real time, and they don't have all the victory states. Combat is the victory state. It is all about combat and managing supplies and research and technology and building in the right locations. You see what I mean. Let's go ahead and get started here. So there's two different ways to play. You can do Conquer the World campaign, which is a gigantic Risk-style map. The entire world ones, like the Cold War, they're pretty cool. They're pretty in depth. Like the Cold War, you'll actually fight in Korea, Vietnam, and then you'll end up going through the whole world, and you'll have like the big nuke button in the corner, but that has a whole bunch of political ramifications. This is pretty cool, pretty in depth though. Something that would take a very long time to do, like a let's play of. But let me know. Might do one if you're interested in seeing that over on the XP Gamers 2 channel, the XP Gamers Live channel, because this doesn't really match with the normal content that I do on the channel, but we'll see. The way that we're gonna play though is we're gonna do a solo game. This is kind of the skirmish, quick battle. And let's pick a area real quick. We'll do survival of the fittest, which is every nation for itself, no alliances allowed. You can do assassination where you have I think it's like a leader or something like that. Barbarian at the Gates is great for a 2 versus 1 kind of scenario where the 2 people outside the gates have a lower tech level. That one's kind of cool. That's really good for multiplayer, really. That's the way to do that. Then team games, of course, custom diplomacy, yada, yada, yada. We're gonna do survival of the fittest. Map styles, there are all kinds of map styles that you can choose from that really change how the game is played. I am going to do warring states, kind of an island, gets us a little of the ocean going on there, so I can show you guys some of the naval combat. Game speed normal, everything else looks good. There are tons of conditions that you can set to change up the game and play the way you want to. So I'm gonna play as the Americans, but just so you guys can see, there are tons of different nationalities that you can play as, and they all have their different benefits. Now I'm going to go with the Americans because I like the aircraft units and the very strong infantry once you get into the modern age. And for them, they say modern age, but really it's about World War II is when you get into where the American strength is. You get the U.S. Marine Corps becomes a thing. Actually, I think you get them as Minutemen a little bit earlier on, but they really come into their own when you get the Marine Corps and you get aircraft, because you get aircraft bonuses for aircraft carriers. They're cheaper. You get free bombers with every airfield you build. The air power is really impressive. Also, your first wonder is built instantly, and since you can only build one wonder on the map, getting that one up quickly before your enemy does is always nice. You don't waste the resources. But each one of these has really cool strengths. The Egyptians, I found that's really neat. They get 2 extra farms per city. I know that probably doesn't mean much to you guys if you've never played this, so we'll dive in and you'll see kind of what those bonuses do. Gonna put the computer on random. Let's be surprised and see what they got. All right, we look good. Let's get her started, and I'll show you guys what Rise of Nations is all about. All right, so they're talking about researching the quick tips. This is our explorer dude. He can actually go into enemy territory without taking damage. I'll explain that later, but pretty much if you take military units, or any units actually, into enemy territory, and you'll see, like, this is blue, all this is because I own this territory. Once my scout gets farther out, you'll see my territory line. There it is, kind of barely see it there. Let's get some civilians going here. We've got our farms producing food. Food. We've got our library here for our research. This is how we tech up. You have to research 3 of these boxes to unlock the age. So we're gonna focus on getting wood, and getting farms operational. So we want more food so we can build more civilians and secure up our economy. So how will these farming camps work? The more the more trees you can get inside the camp's radius, the more you'll get out of it. So this is actually, looks like the best one is about right here. Yeah, it looks like that's gonna be a thing. So let's go ahead and plop that sucker right here. And you see how they've got all the little pictures of NPCs there, or whatever, the people. That's how many people will be able to work there to pull in lumber from that mine. So we're gonna need more people to work that mine, that lumber mill, and get our research going. I was gonna say, are we on an island? That would be a really weird start. But it looks like we are connected to the mainland here. This is fairly easy to defend, sorta. And I'll explain how water works in a second with units once we get to the point where I can demo it for you. So what we're gonna do is, first thing I wanna do is get my civic level research. This is gonna allow us to build a second city. This controls the number of cities. Commerce level, looks like we still need more farms. I think the max I can build is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5, maxed out. So you guys can go ahead and get us some lumber while we wait to research civic. All right, so now we can build our second city. Once that research completes, up in the top right-hand corner, you'll actually see this is everything you're researching. This is really good later on because you'll get a lot of buildings and a lot of research going on. Teching up and managing your military at the same time while fighting in the fight. It's a lot of micromanaging. It's a very fast pace. There is a pause button down here. I highly recommend new players take advantage of it. I'm gonna have to take advantage of it because it might as well be a new player at this point. All right, so let's head on out with my lone civilian, follow our explorer here. So if we can find a place that's worthy of our second city. At the same time, we're gonna go ahead and tech up. So I'm researching commerce. Now the reason I'm researching this next is because, one, you see the wood here is blinking, and that means that I've hit the maximum allowable income of lumber until I get better at commerce. Now it's bumped up. I can get plus 90 every 30 seconds. And yeah, we're looking good. That'll allow us to get more resources faster. Where do we want to build our city? I'm thinking, wow, we're like on the frozen tundra. There's nothing out here. So we'll just have a coastal city, I'm thinking. So we'll just do a coastal city right here. There's our border, and this will actually push our border out farther. Here's our enemy's border. That means their city must be in there somewhere. The maps are randomly generated, unless you're playing on one that's like specifically designed. I don't actually think they have that in this, so they're all randomly generated. Unless you're playing one of the campaigns. Let's get a couple more civilians out here so I can start building other buildings while I get my research done. We're gonna go ahead and get our science up there. Science allows us to build a temple, which will push our boundary even farther. If you push your boundary all the way up to an enemy city, and your border pushes through the enemy city, you'll actually start capping the city without ever firing a gun, which is pretty sweet. All right, that research is done, and we can now build our market, which was the first thing we got out of commerce, and we can build our temple. No, we cannot build our temple. Yes, we can. There it is. Looking at the wrong thing. Temples, oddly enough, here's the market. And the market allows you to do some research, but mostly you use it for building caravans, trade routes. The temple is where you do your taxation research. Yeah. So building these civilians here so we can get some more farms going here in Austin. Oh my God, it's Texas right here. Texas. Who are we fighting up against? Oh, you, Dutch. We're at war with the Dutch. I can't lose to the Dutch now. I'm just kidding. So we got our market. Now what's cool about the market is we have one city. We can have one trade route. So we're gonna build a caravan, and that caravan will connect these two cities and trade and start giving us a wealth income. We're gonna build a merchant too to take advantage of this natural resource. There's a couple natural resources here. We've got this one and this one. So you can see down here on the bottom exactly what this is. This is dye, It gives us some wealth, it gives us a little bit of knowledge, and it... Whoa, civic research goes down by 25%. That is absolutely huge at this point in the game. So let's get our farming operations underway. Gotta feed the people. This is America. We need cheeseburgers, apparently. All my people are gonna get fat. All right, what do we got here? So there you go, I love this. Just a neat little detail. When you have trade guys running back and forth between cities, they'll actually build roads, and these roads will change based on the technology level of your people. So in the modern age, you'll actually have roads, like straight up roads with cars running back and forth. This guy will turn into a truck. It's pretty neat. Okay, let's go ahead and get our military up. Military research also gives us not only a barracks, stable, and defensive towers, it gives us a better pop cap. As you can see, we're about to hit our pop cap. And we'll go up to the classical age, which will give us more research tech. More fancy research tech, and I think we'll be able to actually mine iron at that point. How's this lumber mine doing? You're still short a man. All right, you get over there. Here's our merchant. Let's take advantage of that. Now the merchant will head on over to the resource point, the natural resource, and set up shop there. And I'll show you guys what that looks like in just a second. Let's get our last farm in Austin set up. In Texas. What else we got? What? Let's get a barracks online. I'm gonna put the barracks here in the middle so I can respond a little quicker to most incursions. And we'll get a stable online. Of course, stable is for cavalry, and in the later stages of the game, a stable will be for, it'll turn into a tank factory and start producing armor for us. And one thing to note, you can build the merchant buildings, you can build the temples in each one of your cities. Very important because they'll give you a passive bonus to wealth income, to borders. This will actually push the border a little bit farther. I love the music in this. The music is just so good. So there we go, let's get taxation going. This will increase our taxation rate by 50%. And increases gather rate of merchants in friendly territory to 120%, meaning these little areas will give us more good stuff. Go ahead and get you online. Next thing we're gonna want to do is, we're gonna look at the wonders. Here are the wonders. You only build one, and once it's built, nobody else can build that wonder. The wonder that I want to build is the terracotta army, because we're going to push military hard in this one. This will produce a free foot soldier every 30 seconds. Free military units every 2 units a minute. Pretty awesome. Can't build it just yet though. Got to get to the medieval age. So, one of the most important structures that you will ever create in this game is the university. We're gonna build that right now. This allows us to get knowledge. We have no knowledge coming in. We need to hire professors inside our universities to get them thinking real hard so we can spend all their thought monies. Legitimate gameplay right there. Oh, fantastic. I'm hoping to avoid any military confrontation for a little while longer. I don't actually have a military to speak of. I'm pushing economy pretty damn hard, and that will hopefully give us the advantage later on and not come and bite me in the ass. I probably wouldn't be playing this relaxed on my military if I didn't have them on an easier difficulty. What did I put them on? I don't remember what I put them on. Hopefully they're on an easier difficulty. This is gonna get ugly real quick. You know what? Yeah, let's just go ahead and invest in some javelin dudes. And maybe, there we go, a few pikemen. And one archer, because why not? Oh, one thing to note, when you're building units, I recommend putting them on defense or stand ground. I like them on stand ground, actually, because if they're not on stand ground, they're gonna be on hostile, attack everything they see, kill it till it's dead, and they'll chase enemy scouts all over the map. They'll just run willy-nilly all over the map, and you'll be like, where the fuck's my army? Well, your army is way over in fucking Timbuktu, chasing a fishing boat. That's where your army ran off to. Oh, I forgot. I'm not taking advantage of you. We need to do that. Let's grab a civilian over here. You guys, my little build team. come down here. Go ahead and build me a lookout tower. I want to know if my enemy is approaching. Also, while I'm forgetting one of the most important things ever, let's go ahead and build up a mine here to start getting iron, because iron is going to supply the war machine. Now, there are certain resources that are absolutely necessary to fight over and to get aggressive over in this game. Once we get into the industrial age, oil becomes the most important thing ever, because it's going to fuel pretty much every good research you can get. So what happens, especially in larger games and with friends, is that you'll all push for oil points, and there'll only be so many on the map, and they're very important to hold. And it makes tensions rise really, really quickly. Allies turn to enemies. It's pretty fun, actually. I gotta admit, it's this neat little driving force in the game. So let's get some barracks. Let's get a dock going here, so we can start exploiting the natural resources around this area. I kind of forgot that we even had naval units, and get our research going. About to pop cat out again. Here's our 3 research to bump up to medieval age, and that'll allow me to build my first wonder in the game. Here's my military. Oh, one of the really neat things here is, depending on what your military is made out of, so say this was a bunch of tanks or cavalry or whatever, when you shortcut key them with control and one of the number buttons, it'll give them a name based on what they're made up of. This is the 1st Infantry Division. That actually gets pretty fun, because you'll get, like, the Armored Division, you'll get the Artillery Division. Just one of those things I really like. All right, let's hire on a bunch of scholars and max these guys out. We really need that kind of knowledge income coming in. Do we have any natural resources? No, but we could if we could push this up just a little farther. Yep, my research just changed, and it pushed their boundary out a little bit more. Another thing that'll push boundaries out is building forts, defensive structures. What I really want to do, though, is I want to push another city. I want to push them back. So we're going to put a small city, Ratia, and that will be probably our last city for a little while, at least until I get some fishing ships out there exploring the unknown and finding where the islands are, where the other resources are, because right now our only iron supply is right here, and that's pretty weak sauce, and I would bet money they've only got 1 too. Yeah, this map is fairly even. They've only got 1 too. I kind of want to rush back there with cavalry and blow it up, but I don't think I would make it, because when you take military units behind enemy lines, they'll start taking attrition damage unless they have supply carts or supply trucks. So those are great things to take out if an enemy tries to do a deep push into your territory. Destroy their supply vehicles, and they'll start taking damage. All right, there we go. Fishing ships are already up and online. Something that I really should look into, let's just set you both on explore. I really want to get this place explored. Let's get some more research going, taking up to the medieval age. The castles for the Americans, I noticed, are pretty weak sauce. Let's go under forts. This is a fort. Medieval age, this will turn into a castle, but what's kind of hilarious is it's made out of wood. Even when it goes up to medieval age, it'll still be made out of wood. That might just be let's move the military down here. That might just be an American thing. I wonder if, like, the English get these epic castles. They should. I think they should. There is a difference in architecture for some nations. Notice that this is exactly the same as mine. The Dutch buildings are exactly the same as the Americans. That may change, though, as we get farther in. Are you really archering? Like, aren't you? You're a merchant, aren't you? You're an armed merchant. I'm impressed. That guy has balls. He's attacking an entire fort by himself. Him and his donkey. His battle donkey. His badonkey. Well played, sir. All right. No. Let's change you to Orlando. Why not? It's what Disneyland is. We're gonna kill you at Disneyland. Why not? Let's find some more lazy bastards. Build a couple of warships so we can control the seas. Go fight the Kraken. No, there is no actual Kraken. That's cool. It's actually connected all the buildings with roads now that we're in this industrial age. We should also start pumping out farms now that I think about it. Research. Let's research that commerce. Because look at this, right here, we got these blinking resources, means that they're maxed out on how much they have coming in. I could have more coming in if I wasn't a lazy bum and was, researching my stuff a little faster. So we're gonna go ahead and do this and then go up to that. One thing that I will note, let's build a couple of caravans. At this stage in commerce, I can buy and sell resources, as long as you've selected your market in one of your cities. Pretty sweet. Farmland going, even though I can't actually bring in more resources, I'll have it there for when I need it. We'll build some more of these buildings. We'll get some more universities online. That fort is still under construction. I probably should have brought you some friends to help out with that, but whatevs. I do what I want. Let's give you another farm. And you know what? I think I'm gonna borrow you for 2 seconds. If you leave these guys alone, they will run over and help like the mine, which you're short people already. All right, well, I'm gonna build you some more staff members. We're gonna get a lumber mill, which is gonna increase the wood cutters in this city by 20%. And I'm gonna put it in between both cities, so both cities should get the bonus. Now, we have ourselves a castle. I'm gonna go ahead and get us a general to lead our amazing military force here. Yeah, it's pretty weak sauce, not gonna lie. It's pretty bad. Let's upgrade these guys. Upgrade to the pikemen, crossbowmen, and let's just get some troops in the field. Have them report here. Oh, how did I forget that? We need, and we're gonna do this right now. You. Build. Ah, what are you missing? 300 food. Boom. Build it. And American thing. Instant wonder completed. This, every 30 seconds, will be producing troops for us, and they will be reporting right here behind the fort. Fantastic. We have a general. Now, I'm going to show you guys what the general does. I love this concept. General has quite a few things he can do based on these craft points. These are his. This is like his mana, pretty much. He's doing his craft. He can entrench his troops, which will use up all his craft, and they'll all dig in right here and look at some sandbags. Pretty neat. Probably the useless thing I could use. Decoys. Now, I've used this in multiplayer quite a few times. It's really fun. We're going to use it once that bar goes across. I've used this to chase off militaries that were twice the size of my own because they thought I had this gigantic army. He actually duplicates anybody within that ring. And it's a decent sized ring. Now, if they take damage, they will disappear, but when you make that judgment call of will I engage or not, you're going to look at the enemy forces and the strength. And this right now, I have twice as many troops as I actually have. So it's a lot of fun, and it's really hard not to we were doing LAN parties and just giggle when you see the enemy force turn around and run away. When in reality, they could have stomped me into the ground, no problem. There's the free units coming in. There's our Navy now, which I'm actually gonna sail down here, check things out a bit. And let's get back to research. Because we're not in the advantage, the point where the Americans have the advantage. I don't have my Marines yet. We need gunpowder. That's what we need. So we're gonna turn this city into a military city. That means it's gonna have military production capabilities out the yin-yang. Technical military jargon right there, everybody. Yin-yang. All right, Siege Factory. If you guys don't know, I make a lot of jokes like that. I was in the military 6 years, active duty, so I make my jokes. I've been there. And some stable. We got a stable building. I don't think I'm gonna really build. Oh crap, my game just minimized. Hopefully that didn't script the recording. The game randomly minimized. All right, so I don't think I'm gonna build any cavalry. I'll wait until we get a little farther in. And I can build some tanks. Maybe I'll build one or two just so I can show you guys what they look like. You can actually see the art assets. The military force here is actually building up. Now look at this. These guys are still around. I didn't realize they lasted so long. I wonder if I can scout with them. I don't want to let the enemy know that I'm sitting here, building up an army. They will counter an army if they can see it. They'll move troops. They'll prepare for the attack. I mean, they know what you're up to. They're not stupid by any means. So you don't want to walk troops along a border unless you actually plan on doing something. You guys hold position, and you hold position as you build them. All right, so let's get those 4 barracks up along the line, and let's get some more research going on here because I'm still blanking over here. Ooh, you know what? Can you build? Can't build a smelter yet. You can't build a granary, but we really don't need it. You're already pulling in too much stuff. Do a little bit of research. All right, gunpowder age. Let's do it, and let's research commerce level. Why not? That's what I'm saying. Uh-oh. General, dig in your troops. I don't know how this works with this level of infantry. Oh, check it out. They've got little shields and stuff. That's cool. All right, so they're all dug in. They're ready for war. War never changes. Bullshit. In about 10 minutes, I'm gonna have aircraft and tanks rolling around. Bullshit war doesn't change. All right, let's see what we got here. These are maxed out. Good amount of money coming in. Pretty stoked about that. Okay, the buildings are done, so we can build ourselves some trebuchets, catapults and trebuchets. Oh, there we go. See, the art has changed. We are now in the gunpowder age. Now watch these troops become epic badasses of badassery. And I could go knights and heavy knights. We'll build a heavy knight just so I can show you guys what it looks like. But to be honest, I'm not gonna put a lot of money into that. I want to rush to gunpowder. Because, yeah, I want tanks. Tanks and cannons. There you go, though. We've now got really basic gunpowder infantry. Not fantastic, but way better than what they've probably got in the field currently. I've kind of pushed them into a corner. My galleons over here just chilling, holding this whole area. Let's go ahead and invest in some more research. And we might go ahead and push in. I'll build some more infantry and we'll push in and start some shit. I think that'll be fun. There you go, trebuchets are finished. You can see what they look like. We'll build a couple supply wagons before we move in. Supply wagons, like I said, are what allow you to go behind enemy lines without actually taking damage. What do we have here? Oh, still exploring. A couple of islands out here. I'm thinking, grab a civilian who's being lazy. This is the lazy civilian button. And have you come out here and let's see if we can get another city going. Now, when I was talking about how you get troops across the ocean, I was going to explain it later. Well, now I'll be able to explain it because I have the research done. I think it's the second age is when the research is done. So once you go into the ocean with any ground troop, you get these types of, in this age, rowboats. In the World War II age, what they call the modern age, you'll get the D-Day transports, infantry transports, which I think are some of the funnest transports, because you get these, when you get a 100-man army, you just see this wave of these transports coming along the beach. And a well-planned assault is just epic to behold, especially in a multiplayer match when you're playing with your buddies and you're kind of dividing up. Whoa! We've got enemy border up here. This could give me something to... I'm probably just gonna attack this one because I'm lazy. It's right here. Ground troops. First infantry redeploy right here. Right here. What do you got over here? It looks like they had the same plan. It's not gonna stop me from building a city right here, though. No, that's my border. Look how far I pushed out. Wow, that border is actually way out here. Not bad at all. Cool. So what this will let me do is I'll get more lumber here, and I'll also get more iron. Now, once we get these trebuchets deployed, I think they might be in range. No, they're not in range. They're not in range. They're not cannons yet. They cannot strike at the heart of my enemies. For honor and glory, gentlemen, honor and glory. And hold position. There's my heavy knight. I said I'd build one cavalry in it. There you go. He's gonna turn into a Sherman tank at some point. Look at this motherfucker. Even their traders have guns. I wonder if that's just like a... Is that a Dutch thing? Like, when did the Dutch get guns on everything? I don't remember my traders running around with cannons and shit. All right, let's reinforce the right flank. Looks like they've got more troops over there than I had expected. And let's move up the navy and see if we can get these cannons. Get them in range of the long 9. Speaking of long 9, let's upgrade you guys. That research could finish up anytime. Excellent. Oh, they're not even cannons yet. That's not until they get research to the next level. Fantastic. Atlanta. Let's go ahead and make you useful, Atlanta. Oh, they upgraded. Look at that. Now they've got... Do they have cannons? Maybe not. We're in the gunpowder age. Everything should have a cannon strapped to it. That's how we roll, right? Civilians not doing anything. That would be you guys. Let's just go ahead and get some iron coming out of this place because I am short something fierce on iron. Go ahead and head on over to the iron mine. Whoa, too much. I need people. I don't need that many people. Iron and food. Time to build ground reinforcements. There you go, got the Navy blockading the reinforcement point here, shelling troops as they go by. And let's get some more research going to the Enlightenment Age. Or not. Where's a merchant? There we go. We will buy ourselves into the Enlightenment Age. Capitalism at its best, just bought into a new age. Wow. Troops, move up. So, we could be shelling this, but what are we, out of range? Seriously? We're still out of range. Okay. Move up, men. We are moving in. Okay, the hand cannons are in range of this city. Deploy the catapults. Oh, there's a castle over there. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's a fucking castle. What is this? It's an American fort, I guess. That's not a knife. That's a knife. All right, come on, guys. Bad movie quotes. The XP Gamers, guaranteed to give you bad movie quotes. So we'll take this city from it. I'll show you how city capturing works while we keep researching up. So we're gonna get the health down on that. Let me get some research going up here. 3 or more researches in the library, and we're kind of shot on that. Come here, come with me. Let's go ahead and get that going. So here's the Shazbots. All right, reinforce that position. Move more troops to reinforce our ground troops at the front lines. Oh noes, oh noes. Never snubbly butterflies. All right, guys, come on. They're pikemen, you've got guns. I realize they're not the most accurate, but you've got this. All right, we'll deploy right here. Actually surprised me quite a bit there. The cannon's thundering over here. Let's go ahead and take that out. Let's don't let them get that in range of anything, ever. All right, infantry, march right up. Ooh, they don't have a supply thing, so we've got to stick near the supplies. Where's our general? General, have them in, dig in. Wait, why can't we dig in? Ah, we're not in friendly territory. So we've knocked this city down to no health. What we're gonna do now is, I'm gonna take the infantry, The infantry are actually going to assault it. They're going to go up and they're pretty much going to tag it. Once, okay, the health isn't down to nothing. It's really close, though. A few more rounds. A few more rounds. There we go. Now we've caught it. Now, we haven't actually captured it. We're holding it, but we haven't fully captured it. We've got to convert it to our side. I don't know. This could be considered they've got enemy resistance in the city, or they're not friendly to us, or whatever. But after 1 minute and 50 seconds, we will own this. We will own the territory and all the buildings within it. Of course, we won't own this fort. Not that it's going to matter. This fort only has... Boom! There we go. And that actually gave me metal for destroying it. Fantastic. That's really good. So as soon as we capture this, I'm going to move up all the troops. And we'll lock this down. And the enemy actually has a city over here as well. But this is his capital. I take the capital, I'm going to win the game. I really want to show you guys at least the modern age before this is over. So let's get to researching. Damn. 1,500 on that research too. So we really, really, really need this and this. All right, there's like a million other universities that can do that research on this map right now. So let's get it going. That's going to increase the rate at which we get knowledge by each individual person in it. You can actually take these guys out and run with them if, say, you're going to lose the university. All right, moving up the reinforcements. Captured the city now. We should probably move up a bit. And we really need to reinforce our troops because they've lost. Hey, we can do the research on the Continental Marines. Yes! And heavy infantry. Mwahahaha. Quite thrilled. If you couldn't notice. And we're upgrading to cannons. Still, gonna wait on doing any research on cavalry. Just not really gonna use them. We have a really solid infantry push going, and I'm gonna keep it that way. I don't feel like we need to do raids, and that's the benefit. Really? Don't you want to pull out your professors here? Hey, there's the city. Now it's ours. This is really bad placing for my guys, but it'll work. It'll hold them in place. I mean, they're never gonna make it through the city straight. All right, let's deploy the cannons here so we can cover both avenues of assault. So you guys fall back a little bit more, and where is our... Oh, that's what your problem is. You're not lining up because you're not... General, this is now friendly territory, so if we can just get you into the center, we can give the order to dig in. He's right now having a hell of a time getting over there, though. Down the road, General. Dig in, men. We're gonna be here a while. I'm gonna have to like manually do this. Actually, the pathfinding is pretty good normally. You should auto deploy. Good stuff, and that'll cover all the infantry. You men, defend the fort. Check our research. We can go to the industrial age. There you go. Oh. You're kidding me. We won. What did we win? Won by conquest. We owned, oh, I know what it was. We owned a certain percentage of the map. Examine map. So if I think it was like 75% of the map, you win. I'm a little sad that we won that. I wanted to show you guys the aircraft and the aircraft carriers and the tanks and the ballistic missiles and what else they got? Stealth bombers, and there's a lot to this game. It's actually a lot of fun. So next time I might have to turn the difficulty up a bit. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see more, maybe another Let's Play, I'm gonna be playing it anyways, of Rise of Nations, a classic strategy game. We are about halfway through the tech tree, and it's when things get really, really interesting. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more gaming goodness, and as always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.